Good evening everybody, good evening and welcome to today's video, which is all about, is it possible to treat anybody's pain? And perhaps we should have said, is it possible to treat anyone's diseases? Is it possible to treat anyone's illnesses or injuries? Because most people who come to us as a chiropractic hospital, they often have a pain or they have an illness or they have an injury. And they've heard that chiropractic care can help them, and very often people do really well. But a few issues come up, and one of them is I get much more of the credit for people getting well when they come to us than I should do. I should perhaps be getting 1% of the credit, because the person or the patient who brings themselves to us, they're the real hero, and they're the person that's done something without even trying that's got them better. And the reason I explain this is, and it's critical, is chiropractic it's a really different way of helping people from perhaps having surgery where we have something removed or reconstructed or added, or medications where we take something so that a symptom or something in our body is sped up or slowed down so that we feel more like we want to do. And here's what I'm getting at. The short answer is definitely, I can't treat anybody's pain. I can't treat anybody's illnesses or diseases or symptoms. But if you read a lot of the reviews out there on us, or if you go and look up chiropractic patients that have been to other good chiropractors around the world, lots of people do really well. And the reason is when a person comes to us, what we do is, in one hand, we take on board, let's say the person's called Mrs. Jones, and Mrs. Jones says, Mike, I have got stress, anxiety, depression, I've got stomach troubles, I've got neck pain, I've got back pain, I'm not sleeping, I feel like I'm taking too many prescription medications, can you fix me? And once I've listened to the person, I always say, right, I'm going to have to tell you, Mrs. Jones, I can't fix you. I can't treat you, I can't heal you. In fact, a chiropractor that I know used to say to people, Mrs. Jones, I can't even cure ham. It sounds scary at first, because if I was a prospective patient having chiropractic care, I'd be thinking, well, what exactly can you do? And this is where we're different. We look at people and we recognise people have got a lot of ability in them, not just to heal, but to have a body that's working more normally. And the reason we're so obsessed with looking at people's spines is because what lives inside your spine is your spinal cord, and your spinal cord is like a living broadband cable that links your mind and your body. And you're finding in anybody and everybody that comes to us, when you check those people's spines, they have areas that are stuck or misaligned, and that dims, it decreases the communication between a person's mind and the body. So on one level, that can lead to all kinds of health problems, from pains to other issues. But equally, let's imagine somebody's got a set of problems like we just mentioned. If a person's mind and body aren't speaking properly to each other, it makes it a lot harder for a person to heal. It makes it a lot harder for a person to be healthy. So when we work with people, what we do, every single time somebody comes in and they get better, it's really easy to go along with this idea of, yep, I'm going to treat you, I'm going to cure you, I'm going to fix you. But I love telling people that I can't cure them, I can't treat them, I can't fix them. But as a profession, we've helped millions of people for over a century by saying, Mrs. Jones, let's release the areas of your nervous system that are stuck. That'll let your mind and body connect up better. And I often ask people, do you think that'd be good for you? And people go, yeah, that'd be really good for me, thank you. And when you do that with a person, it puts the person's mind and body in better communication with each other. It puts them back in the driving seat so that they're much better able to heal and get well. And everybody who's got better here, they deserve the credit. There's a saying, the patient is the hero, because they've brought all this beautiful stuff built into the body with them. And if you said, it kind of sounds great this, Mike, but what do you mean people have got an ability to heal? Well, every time, everybody who works in the healthcare professions, in hospitals, if I say to them, have you ever heard of a patient who was told, you've got a week or you've got a month, you're critically ill, yet they pulled through, they turned it around and they carried on living for years. And they all nod, I don't even finish the sentence. That's a great example of people have got an ability to heal. Another good one is if you break a bone. We all know now that bones knit back together. We all know that if we're really upset our stomach, if we go out and drink too much and eat a bad meal and we're sick, even though the lining of our stomach gets damaged, it replaces itself. And that's happening everywhere around the body. They're just some examples of how the body heals. And do you know what? I'm so proud of this. I've come full circle with sharing with people. Your body heals itself. I just help it. I'm like an assistant or a coach or a mechanic in a sense. And my daughter's 3.5 and we talk about how the body heals itself. So she hurts herself. If she falls over and she has a bruise, she goes, oh, the bruise is my body healing itself. And she was talking to me and she said, do you have to go to work, Papa? And I said, I do, love, I do. So we got talking about it and she said, well, I don't want you to go. She goes, but didn't you? And she actually said to me, those people can heal themselves. And you know what? She's 99% right. That's why patients who come here get 99% of the credit, because the 1% of me releasing and realigning a person's nervous system, that's all I do. The person does the whole rest of the improving. And the reason I want people to know that is, so many times people go, I've heard of somebody, it could be themselves, it can be a relative, it can be a friend, it can be a loved one, and they'll say they're suffering with insert any condition, disease or illness you can think of. You guys couldn't help, could you? And if you think about what I've covered in this video, I'd say I can't help directly, but I know something very powerful that we can do together. And I want people to know this because there's so many people who suffer unnecessarily. Something beneficial, i.e. chiropractic care, could be provided. The worst that could happen is the person's symptoms don't change, because that does happen for a few people, but their overall health and functioning goes up. So the worst thing that ever happens, a fail in our place, is somebody's symptoms didn't go away. And we had a lady once who said, do you know what? My back pain's not gone away, but my headaches are a lot better and my marriage is a lot better because I'm a lot more myself again. You just couldn't even plot it. The happy news is, at the same time, so many people who do come to us do really, really well. And it all comes down to what I keep saying in this video. People have got it built into them to heal. And whether you look at that as also being, well, my heart beats whether I want it to or not. My body converts food into new muscles and new bones and new eyeballs. There's so much going on that we never think about until we're injured or ill. And I want people to know what we're sharing on the video because it could help anybody. It could help almost everybody. So I thought I'd share it. Have a good evening, guys. And Elaine, thanks for being on the video. David, thank you. Emma, you just are a hero. You're just a legend in your own right. It's amazing. And thanks for sharing what you've achieved. Well done, Emma. And good to see you. It's been a while. Good to see you. Glad you're on here. Claire, good evening. Good to see you too. And Julie, good evening. Thank you for being on here. And Anita, hope you've enjoyed the video. And Barbara, I think you might be a new person to our videos. Have a lovely evening, guys. I hope the video helps make some sense. And enjoy yourselves. Take care. Stay healthy. See you soon.